Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pokethon credits recording. We are going to dive into how the credits to Pokethon was built, constructed, why it is what it is, and all that good stuff. Now, the credits you're seeing here are the credits that were the final version. There's just a couple logos and files missing because the way I made it work is the current computer you're watching right now isn't actually the Pokethon credits rendering machine when it came to marathon time. That's actually a box sitting down there, as you hear me disappear from the mic because I wiggled away. Anyway, so actually, I had to make it so the credits would exist on multiple sources and be able to be edited in multiple sources, but still be fine at the end. So I basically just threw the whole dang thing on Google Drive. Every asset, everything used whatsoever, all had to exist on Google Drive, and then when it came time to reload it in the same place, as long as the drive letter mappings and locations were all the same, didn't have issues, which is good. So let's dive into it. So the credits themselves are in two pieces. There's your normal credits, which is your, hey, everyone design team, your people who donated, your final sincere message, which, is all that good stuff. But then there's this bit here, which has the names and a nice little pre-roll and some footage. And yeah, so we're going to dive into that. So the whole theme of this marathon was looking back but moving forward, i.e. the journey, and that's all that it is, and the important stuff around it. As I said before, this marathon is kind of an important part of my life. So it symbolizes a lot to me, and it symbolizes a lot for the marathon in general. So we're going to start off. The song is Hyper Potions from it's Little Root Town from Hyper Potions. I can't speak tonight, because I'm recording this at night. Anyway, I like the song. It starts off little, starts off calm, builds into something big. It's a nice finale song for sure. So this whole time I'm using basically two overlays. There's a simple VHS filter overlay, which just adds some VHS grain. And then there's another overlay, which adds like the play button at the top, the countdown timer, which I really like using. I use it a bit too much, all things considered. But I use those to kind of emulate the VHS effect. And what I do is I usually keep this for times when you're not going to see text, because there's a lot of grain on this. And then when you see text is when I use the normal VHS filter. So I misspelled Concord, I think 2 different ways, 2 different times in these credits. And I also misspelled Direct Reef at the end. I apologize. Like literally MC and Camper were like, it's fine. It's a spelling mistake in the credits. There's always one. So of course, games are in order of how they happen. So Friend of Nebby, ooh, all that good stuff. And I use the combination of my personal docs, the dashboard, and the community doc to obviously figure out who was who. And all of these are 2 simple pans. Just a simple directional tween on both these things. These are just images ripped straight from Bulbapedia. And the text is our MoonGet font, which isn't ours, but it's the one we keep using for everything in relation to Journey. And the colors are MoonGet as well. And then I just do simple fades between the text. Now for the mystery dungeon games, because your protagonist is important, but it's also important that you have your ally. I included the ally on those. I think it was important that the ally was there. And what I did try to do, but I think I messed up on Platinum, I think I tried to make sure that every picture was representative of the gender that people were going to play as during their run of the game. Actually, I think it's XY that is male but got a female image. I don't know. I have to look through a lot in that marathon. Now, originally right here on this drop, I had this section end, but I'm like, there's another big drop coming up, and I don't know how to do that. Alright, so The Boy That Never Was. Racy in Space World. We had that planned to, be a really cool thing, and I really like what we did. I'm really proud of it, and all in all, I'm hype about it. I was hype about it coming out. I didn't know Racy would get to go on with the whole, this is totally Pokemon Green, for as long as she did. I probably would have, just looking back on it, probably would have cut it off a little bit earlier. Back when we saw a couple of those new Pokemon or new things and be like, okay, this is what it actually is. But I think it's pretty cool. I think overall it's a really cool contribution to the Pokemon community. And of course, our constantly renaming friend, which there are a couple Easter eggs in this text list that I put in. Though also is the name of every single Pokemon, so it's kind of hard. And then crowd-controlled master, Red, which never actually became a master, but got close enough. Fish Fox for, the games. And then what was here was literally, before I put anything here, was literally a string of text that said, fill with videos. Basically, I just went through, found good-sized videos, put it in during this section, add a couple breaks for the static that lives in the background to actually take a forefront presence. I thought it worked well. And of course, it's very framey here because it doesn't have the preview files, so, it's fine. At the end, it renders fine. I tried to do a little bit of synchronization. With the sounds and the noises and whatnot, but it was kind of hard on the laggy computer because it was like nothing really ever worked. I was just able to get the render out and get this built because I couldn't do this on the main computer. It would kill it. And I really like this shot here. Get that nice long establishing shot, slow fade. And then, of course, for those of you who watched the original release trailer of this marathon, this scene is literally that scene but backwards. Okay, so this has a little bit of semblance here. This footage here was filmed at my old house, my parents' house. But because the next section I filmed after I had moved out to the residence I'm at now, I had to make sure that all the camera shots were ambiguous and didn't really take pictures of everything. I also lost the original tape that came out of. So I recreated it with paper and duct tape. That's what that is holding that together right now, is just duct tape. And then I bought this. I bought all these VHS tapes and the container for them at the thrift store. And manually made these. Now, for those of you who are keen-eyed, Evolution doesn't have a VHS tape in it. Because we lost the VODs. I'm a little mad at myself. But I'm also a lot mad at myself. And of course, there's one for every marathon. There's one after as well. And then that motion there. Looking at it naturally, looking at it in the video, it looks normal. But no, that's my arm doing this. And it's like, I gotta hold it while holding a camera. It's like, God. It wasn't fun. I should have thought it through, but I'm a lefty. So I was just in a bad strait. I could have asked one of my roommates to do that, and that would have worked. But, what can you do? Alright, part 2 of the credits is pretty simple. Heading back in, there's just the simple attendees list, which I think I've gone over this in past things. It's just the simple attendees list. Goes through. One thing that I forgot to take out was O'Share, because O'Share wasn't able to make it. He had some financial troubles, couldn't get in. Oh, Gen Zombie was not able to make it as well, which is unfortunate. Of course, thanks. Nice thing in this section, though, is Racy decided that they were going to make a bunch of custom gold silver style animation things here, and for some reason, like, the preview does not want to figure out that we're past the part of donors. Yeah, it's some weird, like, rendering issue that I get on just this section here. But if I scoop it a bit, there we go. So they made one for Magikarp here. Gumi's obviously custom. These guys are OG gold silver sprites or converted ones from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Then there's Animon and Ditto, both conversions. There's Long Boy, obviously, chilling with Fanafi. And Togamaretsu, the tiger boy that never was. Actually, so at the end of the marathon, where we had that 1000 match at the very end, I was kind of like, oh crap, I had already rendered the credits like 3 hours ago. I have to do that again now, because I have to put Funny Man on there. So, as soon as I lost Smash Finals, I run off screen and just like credits. And then I realize instead of having Funny Man, Fish Fox was in there twice. Neuro was twice in there, and I'm like, crap, I have to go back and re-render the credits. And meanwhile, while that's going on, everyone's like, we're getting ready to say goodbye, and I'm like, I gotta get that file moved over. Nothing like last minute panic. Clips in the background were taken chronologically throughout the marathon, but I tried to find one significant moments, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the credits, and how they were built, and what I did, and why I did it. See you guys next month. Bye! I gotta click end recording because I don't have a button set up. Bye.